Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, June the 16th. Pleasure to have you with us. And I got my friend on the line, the other end of the line in Columbia, Alex LaBrunerie from LaBrunerie Financial. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Paul. Great to hear your voice.
Yeah, good to hear your voice, too. I'm looking forward to the day when we can actually see each other again. Do you have on your signature bow tie this morning?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. That'll make the interview go better. Now, you wanted to talk a little bit about the job market because a couple of months ago, things were looking pretty bad, but you're saying there's a silver lining somewhere now?
Yes, I think investors and Americans, of all walks of life, were pleasantly surprised, terrifically surprised by the positive job numbers at the end of May, where our country's economy produced almost over 2 million new jobs, albeit that's still a high double-digit unemployment rate, but definitely the right direction for the labor markets. And
now let me ask you a question, Alex. You said it produced new jobs. Were those new jobs, or were those people being hired back for their original job?
I think those numbers are still being filtered out. Some of them are probably rehires. So
okay.
Yes, so but it's hopefully leading to more people getting back to work sooner and not a stagnant job market.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the stock market because it hit pretty low. Was it in March?
March 23rd was the low, and we have seen as recently as a week or so ago, the NASDAQ hit record territory, and the Dow is close to, and the S&P are close to their records too. So the NASDAQ is the tech-heavy index in our country, and so our big techs were leading the way again, but we're also seeing airlines up. We're seeing the oil sector up. We're seeing the price of oil rebound from those negative numbers we saw in early May. So we're seeing some healing of the disruption from the pandemic, and investors have been pleased.
Do you feel that this could continue, or could there be another shock to the stock market?
I think anything is possible at this point. Although I am very hopeful that this is the beginning of a stabilization and that by January, at the end of the year, we've really recovered the job markets to at least cut the unemployment by half or more. I'm not an economist, though, but I think all of us on all walks of life, want jobs and want to get back to work. And then then everything else takes care of itself economically.
Now, what do you say to people who are still concerned about investing in stocks?
Your concern is important because we're still at high valuations, prior to the pandemic, and we're being told by economists that we actually were drifting into a recession in February at the same time the pandemic was hitting. So the concentration, too, of stock gains in one large sector, big technology like Apple, Microsoft, can be a warning sign of of a richly priced stock market. I think there may be values in looking at safe money in the bond market. And investors should, meet with their advisors and kind of relook at their allocations, throughout the summer and fall. But I think it'll be choppy.
But the important thing to keep in mind is when you're looking at the stock market is that you're looking at it for the long range, right? Not to make a quick buck.
Absolutely. absolutely the long range. I mean, 5 years or longer. We used to think that 10 years was a long time, and eventually we've winnowed that down to 3 years. Americans, I guess we've become more impatient, and however, we should always be thinking of the long term when we're investing in something risky like stocks.
What do you say?
To get to the money, you're going to lose it if you have to sell.
What do you say to people? What do you say to people who are trying to time the market? That is not a good idea, is it?
It's not a good idea. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, and most people are not very good at it when they tally up their losses. We tend, I think, psychologically to look at the winners, but we don't look at the losers. That's something I've just noticed over the years with speculators. But,
so the bottom line is, don't try to time the market. If you're going to make an investment for the long run. And don't worry too much about the day-to-day fluctuation.
That's right, and then review your decisions at least once or twice a year, and have the long view. Right.
Are you finding that? Let's talk about people coming into to your place of business. Are you having people come back in now, or is it still over the phone meeting?
We're doing a lot of over the phones, but we're starting to do, we call it curbside investments. So if people need to do transactions, we can run out to the parking lot with masks on, or we can come into our atrium area and sit down and comfortably socially distance with masks and get some business done. I think by the end of June, a few weeks from now, we're going to, explore the next step in opening up and having some in-person, because it's tough not to see people.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult. We as human beings like to be able to talk to each other face to face and reach out and shake hands, but I guess the shaking hands will be off limits for just a little bit. Alex, I want to thank you so much for taking time to visit with us today. If people want more information, how do they get in touch with you?
We're at 449-5313 in Columbia, or our website is LaBrunerie.com. Please contact.
Alex,
thanks, Paul.
Thank you so much from LaBrunerie Financial, and stay healthy and keep those bow ties on.
Yes, I will.
We're out of time for the day. Thank you so much for listening. All right. Have yourself a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.